Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Whether you are live or watching the replay, in this video, I'm going to take a few minutes and talk about 4 major reasons new brokers and agents fail. And I'm going to get to that in just a second. First, if we never met before, my name is Craig. I'm the creator and admin of Freight Brokers and Truck Drivers Facebook group. I've worked on all sides of the industry over the years as a shipper, broker, and a carrier, but mainly I help people and businesses become successful by finding operational areas of improvement, recommend effective business procedures, and provide a better understanding of what each side looks for to maximize potential. And in this case, and in my opinion, 4 major reasons new brokers and agents fail: unable to rate, no market knowledge, bad business plan, and poor driver relationships. Some of these points tie into each other, but you need to understand them all to not fail. The first one, and of course, the most challenging part behind finding new customers, of course, is rating lanes once given the opportunity. This is oftentimes where new brokers and agents fail right off the bat because they either rate way too high to the customer and lose a chance on bidding again, or they bid too low to the customer, get the lane awarded, and lose out on finding a safe and compliant driver because of that shit rate. Each person rates differently, and everyone has their best practices. I am here to share the method that works for me. To me, the best way as a new broker is to listen to what drivers are telling you and what the market is proving. We will get to market knowledge more in just a minute, but listening to your drivers is key. For an example, if you're working on a Chicago to Atlanta lane, gather all the information from your customer. Hopefully it's all accurate, of course. Quickly call, 5 or 10 drivers in that local area at the origin location. Remove the options that don't fit your criteria. Take the average rate, and that's your average carrier rate for that lane. Add your profit margin, quote the customer, done. Easy. Of course, that is just one of many ways to obtain rates on the spot market or getting driver rates. Us brokers, we have tools such as DAT Rate View and other pricing tools that are coming out every day. I use pricing tools as just a reference to compare my average carrier rate. Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not. Each tool has their pros and cons, but in my experience, personally, DAT Rate View reflects the market more accurately. And once you understand market knowledge, you can use that rate view as a tool to price future transportation costs. This will help you when pricing RFQs for large shippers. Shippers usually send out RFQs end of the year, beginning of the year, just to get pricing and transportation options for the following year. But one thing tricky about that, and this is where new brokers and agents either fail miserably really, or don't even have the chance of getting introduced to the RFQ because they don't know how to rate. And once you know market knowledge, you can rate future loads based off what the market's showing you, kind of from historical data, comparing to what the future data could be for that lane. This brings me to my second point, the market knowledge. It's very common starting in industry to just pick a market or a location and start there. A lot of people start, Chicago, Houston, Atlanta, Phoenix, really any hub. This is exactly how I started. I actually started in the Chicago location, but one thing I noticed when I moved to a different job, I was blind to other markets. I had no idea what was going on in any other market but outbound Midwest, specifically outbound Chicago to all their points. At the time, I didn't mess with backhauls. That was a whole other department that I was not familiar with. So I didn't know what was going on when I, sent my driver to Texas, Montana, California, etc. Notice this now so you can work on this ASAP. Master your home market, but learn about other markets. Once you learn about other markets, keep learning about those markets and other markets. Know when Christmas trees are flooding the north, when melons are saturating the south, why drivers rather not drive to the island in New York, and why delivering to Fargo, North Dakota will be expensive due to the lack of outbound freight in the area. Market knowledge will help you provide stronger pricing to your customer and negotiate better transportation on the spot market. My third point, and this is in no particular order, have a solid business plan. It should be first, but to me, doing that will be like putting the cart before the horse, and every single other freight broker training course online wrongfully trains you to open up a brokerage before teaching you how to broker freight. Blows my mind. But anyways, a solid business plan is part of the secret sauce to become successful freight broker. I'm serious. Anyone can open up a brokerage, anyone can open up a trucking company, but not everyone can run a business. That's the thing. There are many parts of a solid business plan, but the most important to me is a solid operations foundation. You need SOPs or standard operating procedures, and you need operational workflows. I don't care if you're a one-man band, have a small team, or team of 100. You need a plan, and you need to stick to it. That's first. A solid foundation will save you when problems arise, and frankly, problems will arise, maybe not every day, but they will pop up, and with a plan in place, anything that comes your way, it honestly won't be a big deal operational wise because you plan what to do, and here you are. This could be with claims, could be how to, respond to drivers. It could be how to respond to customers during a negative situation, anything. Just have a plan of the most frequently, arising problems in the industry, and you will be fine. Without a plan, expect to fail the first time a customer calls you with a claim because you won't know what to do. Don't wait until the problem happens to figure out what to do. And my last point, poor driver relations. You will not make it far if you don't understand the carrier and driver side of the business. As a broker, you buy transportation on the spot market or hire drivers on behalf of your customers. Without drivers, you won't move freight. In turn, you won't have a job. If you're a member of our group, Freight Brokers and Truck Drivers, you have seen firsthand the attitude amongst freight brokers and truck drivers. And you know what? It drives me nuts because it should flow more smoothly, but as you can see, oftentimes it does not. And just like any relationship goes both ways. To get respect, you just have to show it. And I have some sort of relationship with all of my partner carriers. If you treat drivers and carriers or any load as a one and done, expect your career to be one and done as well. Logistics is globally large, but small enough to run into a driver at the truck stop. Trust me, it happens. My biggest advice, talk to your drivers. Pick up the phone. Learn about them. Listen to them vent about the idiot drivers who drive alongside of them on the interstate. Talk about the cheap shippers you guys have. Mention the weather they are traveling in. Just be yourself. Be respectful and friendly. We are all real people with real lives, dealing with real families behind the computer and phone. Let's not forget that because oftentimes we do. The 4 points I just went over may seem very small, but they are actually very powerful and oftentimes overlooked. Just follow the 4 steps above and you will become successful. Just reach out to me if you have any other questions. Thank you for watching. What would you like to see in future videos? Let me know, and your question could be answered on the next one. Thank you.